This man is the devil himself. He is Shaitan himself. I don't want to say stuff, but just looking at his face just infuriates me. It makes me so angry. Gil Manzano, Mateo Lajos's region, every single time this man officiates a Barcelona game, he has to make it all about himself. That's literally why he's there. He has main character syndrome, and I don't know why. I don't know. It's daylight robbery. What we've just witnessed is daylight robbery. Look, you guys see this picture right here? He might as well worn a Real Madrid shirt and it wouldn't have changed anything, because what he was doing today, it was an absolute disgrace. Starting off with this, I don't even know where to start off with this. I genuinely don't even know how to start off with this. How have they given this as an offside? Look at this picture. Look at where your mouse foot is. Look at where the Real Sociedad foot is. Look at where the line is, the offside line. Where is the offside? Tell me, please, somebody, please tell me where he's offside. I do not care. And the scary thing is, the crazy thing is, this is literally the second year in a row against this exact same team, in the exact same stadium, we've been robbed. Lewandowski last season, they did the exact same thing. Look at this here. They said this picture right here was offside. They just used a completely different frame to show that Lewandowski was offside. And now they've done the exact same thing. Where is he offside? Where is he offside? I don't understand. And that has ultimately costed Barcelona the game, because Barcelona have just lost their first game in what, 11 matches? Correct me if I'm wrong. It was a good run whilst they lost it. And in my opinion, this was possibly one of our best performances throughout that entire period. I mean, we were absolutely dominating Real Sociedad. The scoreline, I know, doesn't suggest it, but if you actually look at the stats, forget about the position, yeah? But just look at the expected goals. 3.69 compared to a 1.01. How we only scored one goal today, I will never know. Honestly, I will never know the amount of chances that we had started in the first minute of the game. Pedri had one. Just from the top of my mind, I'm thinking, let me just think. Olmo had a few good chances here and there. Juice Koundé hit the crossbar. We could have had a penalty. Lewandowski hit the crossbar. I'm trying to think. Ferran Torres had a few good chances here and there, but the amount of chances that we had, yet we somehow ended the game with only one goal. I will never know. Real Sociedad are the most luckiest club I have ever seen in my life, because them going away with 3 points from today, it's a complete injustice. This is so undeserved, totally undeserved. And just looking at our lineup, I'll be real. This was, like I said, this was probably one of our best performances in that 11-game period. I'll be so real, and that is mainly down to one person, someone that I enjoyed watching, and football actually gave him the man of the match. He got a 9.1 rating, and deservedly so, bro. That first half, especially. People love to talk about Inter Milan Yamal. Inter Milan Yamal first leg, second leg. Real Madrid last season when we beat them 4-3 in the Spanish Super Cup. They said the Pubalgia was going to stop him. But what I witnessed from him today, like I said, especially in the first 45 minutes, it was incredible. Every single thing from the passes, you guys saw that dribble. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The way he took on like 4 plays, then played it out wide to Fermin Lopez. He was just in flow state. Real Sociedad could get nowhere near him. But I think as the game went on, our players got more frustrated. We couldn't get the goal, and come back into the game, but he did everything needed. Bro, he even got the assist. Incredible cross. And I think he was actually the player to cross the ball in for Lewandowski's header. Correct me if I'm wrong, which hit the crossbar. This man was in complete flow state. Absolutely incredible, but by far the best player on the pitch today. And that is probably one of his best performances this season. And I mean, he's so good that he's set some high standards for himself, that this performance isn't going to even be talked about, because it's Lamine Yamal. Any other player performs like that in a game, they're getting called best in the world. But because it's Lamine Yamal, this is just going to be seen as another average performance. Absolutely incredible, but unfortunately it doesn't mean anything, because we ended up losing, like I said, because of the referees. They are an absolute disgrace. We also had Dani Olmo. A lot of people are being frustrated with him. I don't think he had the best of the games. Ferran Torres, once again, completely non-existent. Fermi Lopez had a few moments. He has scored a goal, which obviously got ruled out, which we are going to talk about. Don't worry, the referee, I'm still on your case. Frenkie de Jong, I think he was great once again, in my opinion. Pedri, this was probably one of his worst performances I've ever seen in a Barcelona shirt, and I'm not even over exaggerating right here. Even though, like I said, we had the dominant performance, Pedri just looked way off the like chart. Like, I don't know what was going on with him. Especially, listen, he had the first chance. I'm not blaming him. Pedri's not a known goal scorer, but come on, he has to be doing better there. And just other than that, like, he was taking too long on the ball. Some of his passes weren't good. Koundé, Kubasi, Eric, Boldy. I think only Eric could say he was good out of the back foot. And then Joan Garcia, I think this was probably one of his worst ever performances since joining Barcelona. Clearly not good enough. But coming off the bench, Marcus Rashford, great to see him back on the score sheet. It was a nice header from him. João Cancelo, I can't lie. That's a debut for him to forget. Hopefully, like, I don't know what was going through him there. Like, hopefully he can change that up. And Lewandowski, like I said, he came onto the pitch and, bro, within his first touch, he was about to score a banging header. And this just shows the difference between when we have an actual striker on the pitch and Ferran Torres. That's why I'm saying we cannot rely on Ferran Torres as our main number 9 man. Lewandowski at the age of 37 is showing what an actual striker can do in this team, man. Like I said, but I want to talk about something else because I mentioned Fermi Lopez's goal, yeah? They disallowed it because in the build-up, apparently, I mean, we have to be as unbiased as we can. Yes, I do understand. What's his name? He did foul him. Olmo did foul Kubo in the build-up to Fermi Lopez's goal. However, as you guys can see right here, in Real Sociedad's first goal, in the build-up to their goal, Dani Olmo's shirt is literally getting pulled from him. They win the ball and then they go on to score. So just using that same rules, using the same logic of the referees that they did just a few minutes before, this should be disallowed. Because in the build-up to Real Sociedad's goal, they fouled a Barcelona player, like how we fouled a Real Sociedad player in our first goal, which they disallowed. But for whatever reason, they decide to disallow our goal, but they let Real Sociedad's goal stand. This is what I mean. Then and it just leads to down to this referee right here, Gil Manzano. He has this, I don't know what it is, but he just, every single time he just wants to make it about himself. And I hate it. It infuriates me when referees do stuff like this. I want to watch a football game. I want to be entertained by the footballers. I don't want to be talking about the referees after the game. But they leave me no choice. I have to talk about them because they're putting in stinky performances like this. Oh, man. I don't know, man. Like I said, Barcelona, we had to win this game. We deserved to win this game, but we didn't. Real Sociedad are one of the luckiest teams I've ever seen. And now just look at the table, La Liga table. 20 games played. Real Madrid are only a point behind us. They are a point behind us. I mean, granted, I know they haven't played that well, and they have Villarreal. I think it's away, yes. So they're going to be playing against third place Villarreal in next week. We have Real Oviedo, but that's not good enough. We should have won this game today, increased the gap back to 4 points. But the referee was doing everything in his power to not let us win. And thing, yeah. And also just looking at Flick's reaction to the referee before you guys say, oh, I'm over complaining. Hansi Flick, someone that's known to be very calm, he doesn't get involved in all this nonsense. He said, I don't want to waste my energy on speaking on this guy. He doesn't even mention his name. He says, this guy. Everyone in the stadium or the television saw what he did tonight. Gil Manzano, I am sorry. I wish you retire right now. Actually, why am I sorry? I want you to retire right now because you I don't want to say what I want to say. Even Frenkie de Jong mentioned it. Let me bring up what Frenkie de Jong said. Frenkie de Jong also mentioned to talk about the Gil Manzano after the game. This is exactly what he had to say. No me puedes... it's not loading up. Sorry, guys. Unfortunately. He basically said, yeah, here it is. It's unbelievable what this referee did to us tonight. I am the captain. I should be allowed to speak, but no, he looks at me like he's better than I am. This is unbelievable. I can't say anything else. He's basically referring to the last 10, 15 minutes, like last 10 minutes of the game in extra time, in stoppage time, where Frenkie de Jong is complaining to the referee saying, look, they're wasting time. You have to add minutes onto the game when the 9 minutes finish. This referee was just looking at Frenkie like, move, man, move. Who are you? That's what I mean. These referees trying to make it all about themselves, man. I don't want to talk about it too much because honestly, I'm very frustrated. Like I said, Barcelona's first lost in 11 games. I forgot honestly how it feels to lose, but it's not. I don't want to say it's not good enough because we did everything we needed to, especially in the first half, the amount of chances we created. But it just wasn't our night, and yeah, it's not good. We dropped points, but listen, I still believe, especially with that performance, we will win La Liga. But 1 point behind is not good. Anyways, hopefully you guys are watching till the end of the video. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I mean, you guys will 100% agree. It was 100% the referee's fault. But we just didn't take our chances. That's the biggest problem. Also, remember to leave a like. Let's try aim for 150 likes. Also, subscribe and hit the notification button. We're already on what, 3.12k followers, subscribers, which I truly appreciate, man. Thank you guys. Make me a bit more happier. Like the video and subscribe. But yeah, man, Barcelona lose the first time ever on this YouTube channel. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. I was gonna say enjoy. We can't even enjoy this one. Just don't think about it too much because trust me, we will in La Liga. But Gil Manzano, you're an absolute disgrace. Peace and love. Till the next one.